Skulu baridi mingi, unapata baridi, unapata kumenyesha, kamvua kamenyesha. I'm saying the rain is cold here. If it's not you have God have sent you to come here to buy first tea. You are suffering the cold, baridi, ile moto.
And do you know Echo? What's your name?
Elvis.
Elvis? Elvis?
Elvis.
Elvis like Elvis Presley?
King of rock.
King of rock?
And rock.
Can you sing?
I chose to work with the kids or other street kids because of the situation I went through when I was growing up. I grew up in a family of 6 siblings and 1 stepmother. My father was a polygamist father, and it was not very easy to raise 6 kids single-handedly. It was not working. Many times I remember going to school and being chased to go back home because of the lack of school fees. My brother helped me to finish school, not only me, but the 5 of my siblings, because he was the only luckiest person who got educated by my father. I studied to be a social worker. I studied at Kenya Institute of Social Work and Community Development. After doing my diploma in social work, I worked in different organizations. Since 2010, I've been working in St. Kizito Children's Center and Slovak Mission as a social worker. I was seeing the problems of a lot of parents that were coming to the offices, the challenges of the kids. When we visit these families, we find that the families who used to come to these offices were only families who are coming from the slum areas. I could see them suffering, going without food, at least having like 1 meal in a day. A family of more than 7 kids, we find that they only survive in 1 meal. It was not very easy. That is what really driven me to work with the kids and at least make sure that we help them in any way possible. In Nairobi alone, we have more than 35 slums, but our main catchments are basically the Dandora slum, Korogocho slum, Kariobangi slum, Uruma slum, Mathare slum, the Deep Sea slum, Africa Sea slum, and the famous Kibera slum. Slums, these are the only places you can find cheap houses. The houses are as cheap as 1,000 Kenyan shillings. Behind every slum, there is a very big industry, and you find that most of their parents are offering cheap labor to the industries along the slum. That is why you find that all of them are crowded in the slum areas, and they cannot move out of the slum because the life in the slum is also very cheap. In slum, you find that you wake up very early in the morning, the food is ready, the food is being sold with as little as 10 shillings, and you find that they like to live in the slum because they will find things very easy. You can just take photos as we go. That when they are in the slums, they are always surviving in in different ways. Like for the girls, they involve in prostitution because a girl cannot pickpocket and run. You will find that people will get hold of her and she will be killed or be stoned to death. So what they do, they tend to do prostitution. And you find that when they sleep with these men, they are only getting like 10 shillings, 20 shillings or 30 shillings maximum in return. When they get this money, they use this money to feed their young ones because majority of them have got kids. They buy for them food. You find that in a slum, a girl as with 12 years and below or 8 years, they have boyfriends, a chain of boyfriends, and they will sleep with different boyfriends to get food, to sustain them. That is why you find that with the age bracket of 12 to 13 years of age, they all have kids. Sometimes you find that most of these girls are being abused at home, so they decide to run to the street to seek refuge to the street, and their abusers are only their stepfathers, their uncles, or some of their biological fathers.
As for me, I was living in Kibera, but my brother wanted to sleep with me. So when I went and told my mother said that I was a prostitute. So she kicked me out of the house. Then I came here. Then I started sniffing those glue and some of the petrol of aeroplane.
This is receipt. To use this receipt, they normally put it inside a very dirty lid like this, and then they pour a lid, and most of them you find them sniffing. They use it a lot because it's the most toxic drug. This one is they say it is better than a glue.
When you sniff it, you cannot even handle it.
You cannot even do that. You can even live in a dirty place, and you will fight the reality when you use it.
So since that day, me usually stay here with this girl. So we always help each other in eating. We always borrow some money, then we buy food. So as for me, borrow food. My life is just like that because I don't have anywhere to go. Dangerous in streets, they are like these big boys. Sometimes they want to rape you. Like yesterday, they came to my friend here. Even here, she has a wound.
You see here, we have our house here is paper house. Our house.
Yeah, we always enter. This is our door.
You could just take us from here base to.
Even if we want to go to school, but at least somewhere where we know we are safe. When they come here, they always teach us that when we go there, we will stay a better life. But when we go there, it's like they always cane us, they abuse us. So we have to escape from there.
For now, if you could, I could like my own on my own. I could like return to school and start my mission again. I want to be having a mission in my life because this is not life here.
In slums, these kids have got a lot of different work which they are doing in slum to survive. For example, majority of them are collecting scrap metals in the garage areas to sell.
My name is Rispa Diambo. I am 21 years old. I have a family, I have a husband and 3 children. I work in this place. I've been working for 6 months now. I earn 300 shillings a day from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. I separate plastics from printers. I do separation. Yeah. At the weekends, even children can come. It depends with what he or she brings. Plastic we pay 15 shillings per kilo. Metal we buy like 20 shillings, then we sell with 30 shillings. With their customers who came, then we sell them. They have factories. It brings a profit like 2 shillings or 4 shillings maybe. We just manage.
Besides scrap metals, they also collect plastic materials in the dumping sites which are constantly in the slum areas. The best example is Dandora, whereby we have the Dandora dumping site, and the kids always go to this dumping site to get plastic material to sell, so that the plastic material can be recycled, and when they sell it, they can get some money to buy the ailments, like for example glue, and they always take this glue to fight the reality.
I have never had problem. They take me as their mother. They are very friendly. Uncountable. Hundreds. All ages from 12 to 35. They scavenge, they waste food for pigs, they eat. They collect metal, plastic, papers, many things in the dumping. They sell to the scavengers around here. Sometimes they have the knives. They can threaten visitors, neighborhoods. They live on the streets.
We're going to come back. We are going to meet the street boys. We share with them a bit. We buy tea for them.
Yes.
We
Feed them.
We get them some information about how they came to the street.
During the day they are.
Yeah, they are here during the day. It's parking and there's also business people. They have to move. Park on the right.
He doesn't have a father. My father died at 2006. My mother doesn't have a school fees to pay for me. She's just sitting at home. The police officers came at my mother's home and took my mother to the jail because he was not paying for me my school fees. My mother had taken to the jail at 2013, but from that day I started to be a street boy. It was not a good life. I took glue, cigarettes, bang, and alcohol. I was 10 years old. Every day I was just being beaten by those bad people, police officers. Where I slept at night, they come in just to beat us because we have not gone to school. You don't have a place to sleep. It was cold. It was difficult. When you are taking glue, you are not feeling angry. You can eat once a day. Your work is just to beg money. I usually go to someone, aunt or uncle, assist me some money so that I can go to and eat food. They gave me some 20 shillings or 10 shillings. I can go to buy glue, cigarettes. Sometimes when I'm hungry, I can go to take food. Young leader, he was a big man. We can pay even 100 shilling every day. I went in the morning to go and take these metals, go and sell them as sticks. When you are selling them, that money you can come and give him for protection.
The The boys, they must do some manual job. They must do hard work. You find that they go to the market areas to carry big sacks. They get 20 bob or 50 bob depending with the work they are doing there. And you find that majority of them are at night they are working as a robber, as robbers, whereby they rob people. They also go at snatching people's money. They work as pickpocketers. They work as scrap metal dealers. They sell a lot of things in the slum to survive. Ingilia hapo ndani. Hapa ndani. Katikati ya the two vibanda mbili hizi. Hapa katikati. Hapa katikati. Slums, they have made different bases. Bases are the places whereby these kids are sleeping in the slum, whereby at night they must come in a certain base. So far that in every base there is a commander of every base. So these commanders, they don't usually work, but they use these little kids to snatch money from people, to rob people, and that is how they survive. So they also send them in various areas to look for money. When they do some crimes in the streets, actually the police officers don't take them to the jail or to the custody, but they're just being gunned down there and there. As you see, they're just being shot. A lot of street kids being gunned down by the police officers, and that is what has really traumatized me a lot, because sometimes it is very much brutal killing, and sometimes the police officers we have in our country, Kenya, they don't value street kids that much. First, before we recruit the kids to rehabilitation center, we must create a rapport. Creating a rapport means we must visit the street more than 3 times or 5 times before we recruit them. So when we go to the street, first of all, we tend to talk to them, just convince them, ask them a lot of questions, whether do you feel like sleeping in a comfortable place? Do you feel like going to the school? Do you feel like coming out of the street? Do you feel like going to the rehabilitation center? And when they agree, we give them some time to think. We come back to the street after 3 days, and when they insist of going to the rehabilitation center, we tell them the rules before we go. We take them to the rehabilitation center. We tell them that in the rehabilitation center, you'll have to throw this glue you have in your hand. You'll not be taking alcohol, you must be clean, and there are some chores you'll be given to the center, whereby if they agree with all that, we tell them to throw away their glue, and then we pick them, we take them to the center, whereby they will get rules and regulation, and in the center, they must follow the rules. When they follow the rule, things become very easy for them. A lot of kids prefer to stay back in the street because they prefer the street life, because the street life is always very easy for them. Life without restrictions, life without conditions. So majority of them prefer to remain in the street. But what we normally do after some time, we go to the street, and you find that give a kid only 1 year in the street. You come back second year, this kid will be very old, and you find that most of them will be get so much addicted to the glue that they don't even talk well because of the toxic. Some of them you'll find that they are dead because they don't stay long in the street. They get knocked down by the cars, because when they are under the influence of the drug, they don't even know the traffic rules. So they get knocked down by the overspeeding cars. So they tend to regret a lot, and they still come to us after 1 year. They tell us, please take us back to the rehabilitation center. But by that time it was too late. He's our man. How are you?
He's the boy. We have always found him here.
We always found him here. We always found him here.
Yeah.
Even when we started recruiting, he was with us.
Yes,
You always know. He's our man. I love this job where more so when I see these kids growing to become better people in the community. When I see them transforming from their life in the street to the rehabilitation center and then to school.
Is everybody okay with that now? Yes. Yeah.
Way back when we look at their pictures, we really feel motivated because these were the kids we recruited from the streets of Nairobi, dangerous slums, when they are under influence of substance abuses. And we realize that when we bring them to the rehabilitation center, we feel very happy when we see them transforming to good people.
When I grow up, I like to be a lawyer. I usually dream like I am a lawyer. One day, when I grow up, when I'll get a job, I'm just doing for my mom, shopping.
And is there anything maybe you want to say back to Slovakia? Some message?
So, I'm saying thank you. And I was just saying thank you and greeting you.
I would like to say thank you to my sponsor and the Slovak Mission because of the help that they are providing to all the street kids and all the others, the bright and needy, and the whole school at large.
To the Slovakian sponsors, I'd like to thank you very much for the good work that you are doing. Keep the spirit and God will bless you because of the you're changing the lives of many. God will continue showering with blessings.
I'd like to say thank you for your kind heart, because some people can't do whatever you are doing. May God bless you.
I would like to say thank you for the people there in Slovakia for helping us with taking care of us here in school, paying for us school fees, and everything that you have done for us good. I would like to say thank you very much, and we love you all, and we pray for you every day.
I would like to thank them and ask the giver, that is God, to bless them, to shower them with blessings, because it is not easy for somebody to sacrifice himself to pay school fees, and it is expensive, boarding school. I just want to express my gratitude to them. They've done a good job.
To my sponsor, I really appreciate their team. I really appreciate them, and the job that they are doing, it is good to me. What I can say to them, I don't know how to pay them, but I believe they can be paid in heaven. What I can like to them is that truly what they have given me is enough to me, because paying the school fees it is not an easy job. So I really appreciate from them. Okay, these are Swahili songs. It is from God. Okay, it goes like this. Nimepanda, nimeshuka,
milima mabonde mito pia nimevuka, nimeosa, nimesota, nimekopa mpaka nikakopa. Niliamini binadamu, ole wangu moyo wangu kanivunja. Nilichora mimi ni kitu fani tufurahi. Ona jiuliza furaha yangu ni nani? Afadhali Yesu, afadhali aliye na Yesu, afadhali Yesu, afadhali aliye na Yesu.